All right, everybody, in this video, I'm going to walk you through behind the scenes of analyzing a farm community area to decide if this is a good fit for you to go after and create market share. I know many of you have had successful sales in certain areas and you want to know, is now the time and is this the right community to go after to build a farm community plan, a geographic farm for your business? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the behind the scenes and I'm going to give you a set of tools with Chat GPT to help you analyze it, because I know many of you are not like me with a past life in engineering who love spreadsheets and data. I'm going to give you a way to take what you have inside your matrix system and convert it into Chat GPT and to give you all the analysis that you could ever need for your business. So let's get after it. Alrighty, buddy. First step. When you are about to analyze an area, I wanted to show you behind the scenes inside of my matrix. And I do an export. What I mean by this is when I teach agents to become geographic farmers in their community, I ask them to go back and create 2 years of data. I ask them to go back and find the sales data for 2 years in the community they're interested in. And when they do that, they could take it out of Matrix and drop it into an Excel document, and then you would manipulate it. But I wanted to show you something. These are the fields that I look for. This is it. I want to know the street address, the subdivision name, the community, the property type. Is it a single family or is it a townhouse? And if you're looking to go into an area and you don't want to focus on condos, well, don't click condos. In this case, on this situation, I actually asked them to go single family homes and townhouses. I also want you to know buyer agent name. I also want you to know listing agent name. I also want you to know closing price, days on market, and then the sold price to list price ratio. This is the custom export that I create that you can screenshot and use as you're trying to analyze what this looks like. So that would be step one. So if I go back quickly, I'll show you what it looks like in chart format. Back to results. And you'll see I did this for a community called Tuscany in my area. And in this case, Tuscany, for those that don't know, in Calgary is a very large community. So if I'm going to look and take over Tuscany, this would be 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 homes. For most people, you're not going to go ahead and take that many listings on. But what it did is it created 428 sales for me to review and go through to determine, is this a good place to go after or not? Well, that's a lot for many of us to deal with. So I did an export of all 428. And this is the prompt, like I said, that I used, right here, custom edition, edit the custom report. And then in here, you can see these are the fields that I went and chose. But now I want to take us over to say, how do I analyze this CSV file now? How do I use it to my benefit? I'm going to do this live with you with this community, which I've never done before. So what I've done now is I'm inside of my Chat GPT. All right. I'm going to ask it to help me with this. I'm a realtor in Calgary, Alberta, looking for some help to analyze a sales spreadsheet based on the last 2 years of market data sold in the community of Tuscany. And it says, okay, great. Let's please upload the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the CSV in and I'm going to drop it in live with you. All right. And I'm going to send go. All of a sudden, it's now created. The spreadsheet has been loaded and it's already analyzing. And we're doing this real time on this video. The spreadsheet contains the following columns: buyer agent name, list agent, address, subdivision, close price, days on market, right? And it's going through all of this for us, right? And it's going to tell me I'm going to analyze things on this now. So here it is. It's telling you that it's understood the spreadsheet, and then it's going to analyze for you. As you can imagine, things are getting done. So distribution of sales in Tuscany, right? Then distribution of sales to list price ratio. Here are the visualizations: distribution of sales prices, distribution of sale price ratio. I haven't given it any prompts yet, you guys. Next, identify the top performing agents based on the number of sales and average sales. All of a sudden, it's doing this for me. I haven't even had to give it any direction. So right now, it looks like it's found that Jeff Newsetter has done 5. I know he farms this area. And then it's 1111111, right? Top performing agents by sale price. Now it's telling us this is their average sale price. Here are the insights of the top performing agents. Top performing agents by sales, Newsteader. Several agents, including blank, have won. Top performing agents blank blank. Now, I don't want you to go after this information just specifically. What I'm going to tell it to say is, what I like to know is, can you please analyze the data to show the top selling agent, including both buyer side deals and listing side deals. Please put this in a chart showing me the total buyer side and list side, and then the total sales. Rank this from top to bottom, please. I always like to be nice. And let's see what it's going to do for us, because that was a lot of information, but I didn't need to know all of it at this point yet. So it's going to go through this with my simple plain language prompt. Just so you're aware, I am not a Chat GPT expert whatsoever. I do this analysis on my own with my spreadsheets, but I didn't want to. So let me look at this. All right. Now it's telling me the buyer side, this Jeff Newsteader seems like he's a listing dominant agent. 5 listings, 0 buy sides, total sales 5. Right? And then it goes, this guy's done 2 buy 1. So things have changed a little bit. It's giving me a little bit of an insight. And it even put me on a chart, right? The analysis of the top selling agents, including both buyer side and listing side, is summarized below. Can you double check the Excel file to ensure you haven't missed anything and that these totals are correct, please? There is over 400 sales in the community, and I want to make sure there is no errors. I want to make sure of this because I have found that Chat GPT in his Excel spreadsheet has done some errors, right? Oh, here is the deal. This spreadsheet has 25 sales records, while the agent's analysis sums up to 47 deals. Guess what I've done here, you guys? I have uploaded the wrong spreadsheet. So many of us doing this for the first time would make this same error. So if I'm going to go back here and you go back to this, I'm going to go back one more time. I'm going to go back one more time. For some reason, I'm going to export this, and it's going to export it in the same format that I told you that I wanted you to, and I'm going to click export, right? So now it's in my field. There, you can see it pop up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back because I've realized ChatGPT was giving me some weird numbers, 426 records, and only one person had sold more than 5. So I'm going to go back into it, and I'm going to tell it, I gave you the wrong spreadsheet. I will upload the new one now, and can you please do the analysis I asked for? All right, this is live real time with you. We're only about 9 minutes into this video, and I just want to show you that as you're working through this, once you figure this out and you do this for the right time, you start to understand how quickly you can do this in a new situation. So now I've uploaded the new listing or the new thing, and it's loading up now, hopefully all 426 records, right? Boom, right? It's the proper things, right? And now it's starting the analysis all over again. I also know what I'm going to probably ask it to do next because I didn't give it a lot of specific instructions. What I do know is a farm community expert, and you're analyzing an area. You want to focus who your market share competition is, but you only really have to worry about the agents doing, say, over 3 deals per year. Everybody that's done 1 or 2 in a community that large is kind of irrelevant. And you can see now, look at this. Jeff Newsteader, remember we talked about him earlier? He had done 5. It was wrong because I gave him the wrong information. Now there's more agents here, 24 deals, 17 deals, 13 deals, 11 deals, 9, right? Now, what I'm going to say is, can you remove all of the agents who have only done 2 deals total or less from the chart, please? And it's going to go ahead and work through this with us in real time once again. Again, why we want to do this? Because we want the clean set of analysis for your own area. Now, I did mention to you guys that Tuscany is a large area. It's got 5,000-6,000 homes. If you're going to enter an area, you're probably not going to go after such a big section unless you have a huge budget and a massive team. So you could do this in Matrix. Instead of taking all of Tuscany, you could just take a small area of Tuscany, and then you can do the same analysis, the same export, drop it on, and then ask it to load into Chat GPT. So now you can see in a manageable area of say 5 or 6 or 7 homes, 700 homes, that you could tackle this area. Now I'm going to say, okay, great. I'd like you to do a little more analysis for me. Can you rank these agents by a few factors? Factor 1 is the total sales they have done. Factor 2 is the average days on market of their sales. Factor 3 is their sold price to list price ratio. These are all things that I did in the custom export that I showed you at the beginning. And now I want it to factor this. Please give me the top 10 agents and include their total market share percentage of the sales in the community. Do this on a easy to read chart, please. Let's see what it does. Again, you and I are doing this in real time. If we are working through this together, you can see how it can help you, support you, and give you a real clear analysis on like, is this community worthwhile for me? Now, again, this was plain language. This isn't like prompt university like you see a lot of people sharing. It's like you can speak to Chat GPT in plain language, and it's going to hopefully come up with something that it can understand for me, and it's going to break this down and give us a true, who is my major competition? All right, look at this. I'm going to click this. I'm going to open it up so you can see it. This is now the average days on market by top 10 agents. You can see that some agents are doing better than others. Top sales by top agents. You can see what all these different people and how they're ranked. Sale price to list price ratio. You can see how, people are firing, and then market share percentage by the top agents. So this is a key graph that you could never probably do on your own with your own skill sets unless you're just really good at Excel. So this is something that I wanted to just share with you to decide and to analyze a certain specific area. And like I told you, if I wanted to go narrow it down to less, I would have to go in here and I would go criteria, because 428 sales, if you're jumping into a specific community, you're not going to tackle it. But you might go into the map search here and just load this up with me. You're going to see there's a lot of homes. Maybe the only thing you want to really think about is this part of Tuscany, because this is maybe where you live. And I would draw, a manageable amount of homes, and just let's see if you can just, condense this down, and you can do this entire analysis now for an area like this, where the results are 82 deals, and you can do the same custom export, and now you have a manageable map to go after, and you can come up with what ChatGPT was telling us with something like this, that you allow yourself to give an analysis that's proper to say, how much competition do I truly have, right? And if you add up the top 5 people, say, so Jeff, Rod, Justin, Danny, and Kelly, right? We've got market share percentage of like 2 plus 2 plus 2.5 plus 3 plus 7. You take the top 5 selling agents in the community, and they're adding up to somewhere around 15% market share. That gives you a good idea that in Tuscany, that 85% of the rest of the market isn't really being controlled. Jeff does a lot of bus benches. Jeff does a lot of other things. Kelly McKelvey does a lot of these things. But there's still 85% that isn't being kind of like taken over by their mass marketing. And it would give you a really good idea that there is market share to go after. So friends, this is what I wanted to do, is just give you a quick little walkthrough live inside Matrix, because many of you guys use it, inside Chat GPT, and give you this tool to say, give it a try, ask it some plain language, and see where it can go, and see how it can help you develop the proper market share percentages to decide if you're going to go after the communities or not.